Welcome to Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ, bringing you all the highlighted action of the Southern University basketball program. It's brought to you by LaFleur Tillage Construction, Anna Jones State Farm, Cajun Nation Seasoning, Southeast Auto Incorporated, and Care South Medical and Dental. Hello and welcome to Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University basketball program. We come to you each week from the Southern University Mini Dome, more formally known as the F.G. Clark Activity Center. You know, Coach, let's jump right into it. Great weekend for the Jaguars Saturday night. We go to Prairie View and basically we really hustle a win. We come out of there with a 77-71 win against the Panthers, but it was a tough game, and the score didn't talk about how tough that game was.
You know, again, this is a year first, my first time in the Baby Dome, and all I've heard about in this league is how tough and how physical Prairie View plays at home. Well, we got a chance to see that firsthand on last Saturday night, but we're able to jump out ahead in that game and went into halftime with an 8-point lead. I thought we were executing well on both ends. In the second half, we came out and built an 18-point lead, and then the game got even more physical. But we were able to seal that victory, 77-71, and you know, I'm a little bit amazed at you know, the free throw discrepancy. We have an 18-point lead. They obviously have to foul us to get back in the game, and you know, and they out free throw us by 12. So that's going to take some studying, and I don't ever want to get used to that. But glad we were able to hang on for a victory.
Well, Coach, you did exactly what was necessary. You dug deep, you held on, and you kept the team together. We had a good night from Brandon Davis, who came up with 20 points, but we also had a good night from Delane Maughan and Tajane Damasi, who both had 11, and Derek Tizano and Antoine Jack both had 9, which means you really had balanced scoring from your team.
You know, the two guys I'm most proud of in that game, you know, Brandon Davis has been there for us all year, along with Derek Tizano and Tajane Damasi. But when you look at Delane Moon, what he did defensively, 4 block shots, he altered probably another half dozen more. And then for Antoine Jacks to give us the spark he did coming off the bench, so proud of those guys. You know, I had to pull Tajane Damasi early in that game for lack of focus and not executing, but he did what good players do. He got back on top of it in the second half and helped us win that game.
Well, again, you got to love when you can get some balanced scoring. And sometimes, Coach, you get it from places you don't expect. And Delane Maughan has really come on in the last 5-6 games and shown some maturity and want to be in the game.
You know, he is every day it seems like I'm learning something new about him. Mm-hmm. His game is growing right before our eyes, and I want him to be even more aggressive out there on the floor. And as he becomes more confident, I think he'll do that.
Let's jump into the highlights from the Prairie View Panthers game in Prairie View, Texas, outside of Houston. There you see it. The final score, 77-71, much needed win as we are fully into the second half of the season, of the SWAC season, which started off good with that W, Coach. Here you see drive to the basket.
Fast break points are hard to come by, so anytime we get those easy baskets, boy, we like to see that. Great
nice
cut
pass
there.
And cut right there.
Brandon was really aggressive in this game.
Brandon wheeling and dealing on the inside. For a short fella, he's dealing, huh, Coach?
Yeah. You know, I like to see him do that. I put him on the ball a little bit more in this game to kind of give Tajane a break. But one thing he can do is he can score the ball from a lot of different positions, and we need him to continue to do that.
And you see the Jaguars trying to pound the ball inside. Good defense by the Prairie View Panthers. Great inside pass there, Coach. That's exactly how you drew it up, isn't it?
You know, anytime we're getting that ball to the paint, things open up. And I love it when our guys find the right guy and that ball goes in the hole.
You gotta love it. There's Antoine Jackson. That's a nice stat stuffer sheet.
You know, again, he played a little bit more than he's probably used to because I pulled Tajon early, but gave us a tremendous lift, not only offensively, but his full court defense on the ball. He can really hawk that ball.
Great three-pointer right there by Jackson. Good turnover. Jaguars get the steal. Brandon Davis goes in, gets the 2 points. Jaguars on a roll right now. Pop, 3 points.
Great pass by Antoine right there, and boy, I'm glad to see him playing well. There's no better person on our team, and he comes to practice every day and works his tail off.
I love a good cut. You know, when guys are working on the inside and making that cut, and the perfect pass to get the easy 2 points. 3 points is nice, but an easy 2 is wonderful.
They still count, Ty.
Yep.
There you see Tesno with a nice 2 off an offensive rebound. I'd love to see a lot more of that. Great cut on the baseline out of bounds by Tesno.
Important plays, Coach, especially as you come down to the end of the season. Out of bounds plays make a lot of difference.
Could be the difference in a game. You know, a basket here, a foul there. So we got to continue to execute.
Good defense there by the Jaguars. Again, the Jags come out on top 77-71 against the Prairie View Panthers. When we come back, we're going to look ahead to our next stop on the Texas Swing against the Texas Southern Tigers on Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ.
Contact local agent Anna Jones for a home and auto quote today.
Looking for Cajun seasoning? Go get the Red Can. We got the spice, you bring the rice. Low sodium, no MSG, and great flavor. Visit CajunNation.com for more products and merchandise, baby.
Did you know the oldest continuously operating restaurant in Baton Rouge is Delpit's Chicken Shack? From knuckle-sucking good fried chicken to a variety of daily lunch plates, Delpit's Chicken Shack serves the best fried chicken in Louisiana, with 2 locations to serve you at 413 North Acadian Thruway and 3939 Pawtucket Street. Delpit's Chicken Shack, the home of knuckle-sucking good fried chicken.
Contact local agent Anna Jones for a home and auto quote today.
Great.
Welcome back to Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ. Of course, our second stop in the Texas Swing was in Houston at the Texas Southern University basketball gym. Unfortunately, we lose 68-56. And you know, Coach, as I watched this game, we just couldn't seem to catch consistent baskets. We'd make a run, we'd make a shot here, a shot there, but we couldn't seem to put together 4, 5, 6 points strung together to get back in that game.
Well, Todd, that's quite evident with our point total. We only scored 56 points. And, you know, credit Texas Southern. They did a very good job walling the basket. The way our offense is run, we need paint touches to get good shots and be successful. And they used their size and length to really make it difficult for us to get close to that basket.
Coach, being down double digits, you know, as it came down to crunch time, we got that thing under 8 points, and I thought the momentum had swung. What did you tell your team right then to get that push to get close to 8 points?
You know, they never give up, and that's one of the things I love about the development of this team and the closeness that these guys are developing. And we start off that game, did not play a good first half, missed 7 layups in the first half, and we go down halftime down 14. But we come out in that second half, and it's like a grind to get back into that game. And we got it to 8 and had the ball and had a bad possession. And sometimes with these games, you only get that one opportunity to seize a game.
Well, you know, Coach, one of the things I also noticed from my easy chair was Looked like Demasi got beat up pretty good sometimes, and the refs just didn't seem to give him a call. I know you can't talk about the refs, but I can, and it just seems like on this night, it wasn't his night to get some equitable calls.
Well, you know, playing this game against a very physical team, when I look back at the stat sheet, and we've watched the film obviously, 17 personal fouls were called on us in that game, and only 10 on Texas Southern in the entire game. So
incredible.
Something's wrong with that.
14 from Brandon Davis, 11 from Tajane Demasi, but no other Jaguar scored in double figures. That's got to be a concern for you.
Well, we had several guys who had an opportunity to score in double figures. Jarion Wilkins was aggressive going to the hole, but he's 3 for 9. We obviously need him to be better. And Derek Tisno didn't have one of his better games. And those are some guys we need to contribute. But again, I'll say this, another solid effort off the bench from Antoine Jackson. You know, I even got a message from A.D. Banks after that game, how impressed he was with how Antoine Jackson's developing. So again, we got the split on the Texas two-step, and now it's on to the next.
All right, well, let's jump into those highlights from Texas Southern and show the basketball fans exactly what happened. As we said earlier, we fall to Texas Southern 68-56 in a tough game. We talked about missed opportunities, and yes, there you see it, 23-37 in the first half. Coach, that's probably one of your lowest scoring games of the season, huh?
There you see it. We get the ball inside the Delane Muan, and he steps on the out of bounds line. Yeah. You know, you get that ball in there close to the paint right there. Moved by Jarion Wilkins, and just doesn't go quite strong enough. Tisno gets in there right behind him. He's pushed a little bit there, but you know, those are possessions that are empty.
Yep.
And we need some production on some of those possessions.
Mm-hmm. The Tigers also, you know, took the opportunity to get their crowd into this game, Coach.
They were definitely into it, and no different than we are when we are at home with these Jaguar Nation fans in this mini-dome. But this was a big possession. I thought we had 4 chances to score a basket inside and couldn't get one to go down.
Here you see the Jaguars. Brandon Davis stops and pops. The rim is unkind. Another drive.
Another missed layup.
Another missed layup. Yeah, sometimes you have these games. Coach, hopefully that's our last game like this.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Ty.
There you see the Tigers on the inside wheeling and dealing. Shot by, is that Jarion?
That's Jerron. Wide open 15-footer doesn't go. We have no board play, and we're down in the first half.
Here's some highlights from the second half at Texas Southern. Jaguars trying to make a move as they move the ball around. Good pass right there. Brandon Davis with the 3-point.
Great ball movement inside out. That's what we look for. And there's Demasi getting all the way to the hole.
Coach, was Texas Southern a much bigger team than the Jaguars?
They're the biggest team in the league. They actually play a traditional lineup. They go 6'9", 6'9", 6'7" across the front line, and then they'll play 2 guards. And it didn't cause us many problems here because we were able to make it more of a full court game. But when you don't score, it's hard to set up that press. And we had a tough time getting them in a full court game.
Jaguars working hard. As I said earlier, we got it to 8 points, and unfortunately, we couldn't get it down further, and we lose this game. On to the next. When we come back, we'll look at our LaFleur Tillage Construction Players of the Week on Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ. Stay with us.
Southeast Auto Inc., proud sponsor of the Kevin Johnson basketball team as well as his coaches show. The powerful Jaguars, come visit us. 2 locations in the Baton Rouge area. One on Florida Boulevard between Wooddale and Lobdale, the other in Prairieville, Louisiana.
Depression, anxiety, trauma, nicotine dependence, and more. Many families are struggling with behavioral health issues. Reaching out for professional help is the best thing you can do for you and your family. At CareSouth, we are committed to helping individuals and families to heal, bounce back, and grow stronger. Our team of professionals are available for telehealth and in-person visits. Call for an appointment today at 225-650-2000. Hope in healing is just a phone call away.
Southeast Auto Inc., proud sponsor of the Kevin Johnson basketball team as well as his coaches show. The powerful Jaguars, come visit us. 2 locations in the Baton Rouge area. One on Florida Boulevard between Wooddale and Lobdale, the other in Prairieville, Louisiana.
Welcome back to Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach Kevin Johnson. You know, we forgot to say at the beginning of the show, and we want you to help us to spread the word. You can catch the show on Fox 44 Thursday nights at 10 o'clock. You can also catch us 3 times a week on Pelican Sports, and you can also catch us on YouTube and Facebook at your convenience. So share the good news and share the word about Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ. Coach KJ, let's get to the business. This week, who were the LaFleur Tillage Construction Players of the Week?
Well, from the Prairie View game, I want to recognize Delane Moon for his continued development, 11 points and 4 blocks. And even though he blocked 4 shots, there was 6 more that he could have blocked that he altered. So impressed with his play and development. And then Antoine Jacks coming off the bench to give us 9 points and 5 assists. Those guys were the players of that game. And then for the Texas Southern game, I'm just going to reward the consistency. Brandon Davis goes 4 for 6 from the 3-point line, leads us with 14 points. And Tejan Damasi gets 13 points and 8 assists against 2 turnovers. So those guys have been consistent, and we need everybody to be better as we head into the weekend.
Well, congratulations, gentlemen, the LaFleur Tillage Construction Players of the Week. Coach, this week, Perry White caught up with Delane Mon as well as Drayshawn Allen, and he filed this report.
All right, Mr. Mon, big game for you against Alabama A&M this past weekend, 9 points and 11 rebounds. What have you been doing to elevate your game, man?
I think I've been working on more of my physicality against the other bigs, you know, because coming from high school, you don't play against players who are 6'10", 300 pounds, 280 pounds. So I think getting the reps with the bigger guys on the team and the vets has helped me take it into the games.
What would you say is the toughest thing about being a forward, especially when you got to bang down low with the bigs around this league?
Not only the size, but also these bigs, you know, they got the skills and the technique. So they're able to move efficiently, even if they're not that fast, you know? So I think that's probably the toughest part about guarding these bigs.
And you're getting ready for road games at Texas Southern and Prairie View for you guys. What does it mean to have to go on the road and be able to come back with 2 victories?
It means everything, especially in this league, because right now I'm pretty sure the top 8 teams, they're really close. So even if we lose a game, we might get knocked down to 2nd, 3rd place. So these games really mean a lot, especially at the end.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, Mr. Allen, you guys get a big victory on Saturday as well as Monday. You end the game with 11 points, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. Talk about your game and you elevating it as the season progressed.
You know, it's just been a long time coming. I feel like for me personally, you know, just staying consistent in the gym day in and day out, getting my extra reps in, my extra work in, but also just practicing. You know, our practices be very competitive, high competition. So, you know, we working. I feel like we bet each other each and every day.
Going on the road to Prairie View and Texas Southern, 2 tough opponents. What are you and your teammates doing to prepare for those tough road games here in the SWAC?
Like I said, we're going at it. We banging out in practice. We fighting. We getting our conditioning in for sure. Also, we're working on our free throws as well. So we coming. All
right, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Perry. Thanks, Delane, and thanks, Drayshawn. You know, Coach, got to ask you, we talked about Delane Mon and his progress and how he seems to be really improving and contributing. but I think we got a cheat code in Drayshawn Allen. I think if Drayshawn shows up and gives us 10, 12 a night, we're going to be in most games or win most games.
You know what? I'm so happy with Drayshawn. He graduated last year, did not have to come back for his final season of competition, but he wanted to be a part of this, and I commend him for it. And he's contributing to this team, and he's going to do that as we continue to go through this season. Looking forward to more things from Dre.
Coach, who else on the team can we hopefully expect more as we make a push toward the end of this season?
Yeah, one guy is a young man who at one point in time was the 10th best three-point shooter in the country, and that's Jordan Johnson.
Okay.
He was shooting 46% from three, and since he got injured, he just hadn't been able to quite find his rhythm. If we're going to make a run for a championship, we're going to need him back in the fold.
Well, there you have it from the coach. When we come back, we're going to look ahead to our big game against the Grambling State Tigers here in the Mini Dome on Saturday. Stay with us on Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ.
Contact local agent Anna Jones for a home and auto quote today.
If your food tastes bland, that's not okay. Let us show you the Cajun Nation way. Shake on that flavor and fire up that pan. We can make your food taste grand. Go get the red can. That Cajun Nation seasoning.
Did you know the oldest continuously operating restaurant in Baton Rouge is Delpit's Chicken Shack? From knuckle-sucking good fried chicken to a variety of daily lunch plates, Delpit's Chicken Shack serves the best fried chicken in Louisiana, with 2 locations to serve you at 413 North Acadian Thruway and 3939 Pawtucket Street. Delpit's Chicken Shack, the home of knuckle-sucking good fried chicken.
Contact local agent Anna Jones for a home and auto quote today.
Welcome back to Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ. Coach, a big one this weekend. Grambling State Tigers come to the Mini Dome, and it's time for us to do a little payback, Coach. When we went to visit them in January, on January 20th, they gave us a pretty good spanking. What was the score? 79-62. So, what happened in that first game that they were able to beat us so soundly?
In the first half of that first game, we were up by 15 and really kind of having our way, playing really good basketball. And then in the second half, when they turned up the intensity, we did not respond. And again, at that time, our team was disconnected, and we weren't as together as we are now. But a lot of storylines surrounding this game, alumni weekend, and we're the 2 teams at the top of the league with an identical record. So whoever wins this game is going to take a jump on the other one. So a lot going on. I know my phone's been blowing up for tickets.
You got to love that. You got to love it when somebody's calling you for tickets. That means they want to see you play. Coach, the Tigers sit at 13-13 and 10-3 atop the SWAC conference. They're coming off an 81-74 win over Prairie View. What have the G-men improved since the last time you played them?
You know what? I think they are one of the top 3 or 4 teams in this league, and they have been undefeated on the road. Their 3 losses come at home.
Wow.
And so their basketball game travels, and so that should make for a really tough and physical ball game on Saturday.
Who do we have to watch out for on the G-men? Who are their star players?
Their backcourt. They have a 5th-year senior point guard, Michael Moten, who has done a tremendous job of controlling the game and keeping them playing at the right tempo. And then they added to this year's roster a junior college guard in Dozier, who's averaging about 15 a game. He's a left-handed dynamic guard, can score at all 3 levels. Those are the 2 main guys. But the other thing Grambling does, very similar to Texas Southern, they put a traditional team on the floor, a lot of size and a lot of physicality.
They want to pound it inside.
They want to pound it, drive it, and just play smash mouth basketball. So again, when it comes to that, in this game, we have to respond. We didn't do that in the second half of the last game.
Coach, you see this being another physical game just like Texas Southern?
You know what, Todd? All these SWAC games are physical.
Okay.
That's what happens this year and this time of year in conference play.
Would say the fast pace up and down slows down, and those that have a half-court offense execute.
And if you look at the scores are generally lower this time of year than they were early in the season.
Well, Jaguar Nation, we want you to come out and pack the mini dome. As Coach said, folks are looking for tickets, and if you need them, 225-771-3171 is the ticket office. If you need more information, of course, on the Southern Jaguars basketball team, you can go to gojagsports.com and get some information. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this week's edition of Inside Jaguar Basketball with Coach KJ.
Southeast Auto Inc., proud sponsor of the Kevin Johnson basketball team as well as his coaches show. The powerful Jaguars, come visit us. 2 locations in the Baton Rouge area. One on Florida Boulevard between Wooddale and Lobdell, the other in Prairieville, Louisiana.
At CareSouth, we love kids, and we're here to make sure they have a healthy smile. Cleanings to sealants to fluoride treatments. Our highly trained staff is here to make the appointment fun and safe for infants to teens. Through April, new pediatric patients will receive a free electric toothbrush, and their names will be entered into a drawing for a $100 gift card. CareSouth Medical and Dental, Baton Rouge, Donaldsonville, and Plaquemine. We accept Medicaid, Medicare, and most private insurance. Call today.
Southeast Auto Inc., proud sponsor of the Kevin Johnson basketball team as well as his coaches show. The powerful Jaguars, come visit us. 2 locations in the Baton Rouge area. One on Florida Boulevard between Wooddale and Lobdell, the other in Prairieville, Louisiana.
Coach, as we wrap up this week's show, what are 1 or 2 things that you're looking for improvement out of your team this weekend?
Just continued growth in all areas, and I see that coming every day in practice, and I'm excited if we can continue that through the finish.
All right, Jaguar Nation, as I said, we need you in the Mini Dome this Saturday. 771-3171 is the ticket office. Of course, we don't have to say it, but we're playing our biggest rival, the Grambling State Tigers, and this is for #1 in the conference. So we need to let the Tigers know who runs the SWAC this weekend. So be here in the Mini Dome. All right, Coach.
Go Jags! While we get